Hey, this is a video about how I'm going to vote in the general election. It is a straw poll of 1, and it is just my opinion. I'm the same age as President Obama. I was born on the West Coast. My family's been here 5 and 6 generations. I've been a Democrat since 1972 when my brother joined a group called Young Teens for Nixon, and I had to be for McGovern. My brother is still a Republican, and I am still a Democrat. Both my brother and I voted for Obama in the 2008 election cycle, and I voted for Obama in the primary of that cycle. I am sure my brother regrets that vote in the 2008 general election, and I have serious doubts about the wisdom of my vote in the 2008 election. If you were to ask me what I think the single biggest problem facing the world nowadays, I would give you an answer along the lines that we live in a world where the human population is increasing, and yet we have a decreasing per capita amount of resources available to each individual, i.e. we live in an overpopulated world with diminishing resources. In the area where I live for at least the last 25 years and probably longer, we have had a plus 2% a year population growth in the area. About the health care bill that was passed, I actually thought it was a small step forward, because really I want a healthcare system that looks like Japan or Germany. And of course the big problem with the healthcare bill is I have seen in that bill no indications that any kind of cost constraints were actually imposed on the medical industrial complex of the United States of America. So it's kind of like a fairy dust tale. So anyway, I don't know how that's gonna work, but I nominally support it. But even given that, I am going, in this election, I'm going to vote for a Republican gubernatorial, senatorial, and congressional candidate, which is just a huge turnaround for me. I've been an incredibly dependable vote for the Democrats since the end of the Carter era. Oh, and I voted for Carter. Don't kid yourself there. But that's going to change, and it's mainly, there's a few issues, but I'll try to see if you can get your head around this, Democrats, because I'm mainly talking to you. You know, Democrats, when Republicans say that they can balance the budget and decrease taxes, that's a lie, right? It's just a hubris-filled lie. And I know that, and I don't have any doubt about that. But this is important. You know what's more crazy? Because that is crazy, right? What's more crazy to me is how Democrats get their panties in a bundle when a southwestern state passes a law that says when a local law enforcement officer pulls somebody over for a traffic violation or an infraction, or even, heaven forbids, somebody committing a crime, and that person doesn't have a driver's license, and that person can't speak English, that those local authorities aren't empowered to, or even required to, check that said person's immigration status, and if that person turns out to be an illegal immigrant, that person is then remanded to federal authority, and the federal authorities deport that person back to a country of origin. When you push that law as some kind of racism where none exists, you're nuts. And that you oppose such a law just means, at the best, the only thing I can think is that giving you the benefit of the doubt, is that you believe in a world with open borders, and borders do not matter. National borders are irrelevant. And we can have that discussion, but you're not taking me along with you, because I'm done with it. You know, I'm probably misrepresenting John Locke, but I think he put forth that when communities come together as a nation, that the first responsibility of the government of that nation is to protect its citizenry from threats from without. And if you don't believe that as the world contracts and sinners start falling out of the places like Mexico, that the free flow of Latin American nationals across the southern border doesn't represent a threat to our country and to the states within that nation, done with you. So anyway, Democrats, I hope you find a Mexican national to replace my vote, and I'm going to go vote for the Republicans because at least I know they will secure the southern border while you'll just you know, won't. And neither party has a solution for the economic mess we find ourselves in. So anyway, later.